welcome back to another episode of Amanda Homestead. My name is Amanda, and today we're going to be having another one of our episodes on cooking on your wood stove. It is a cold and snowy night here in Ontario, Southern Ontario in Canada, and we are making a nice pot of soup, and I am going to make some pita bread to go with that soup. So the soup is in the pot there. It is a lamb harissa, probably saying that wrong, soup. And I think a nice fresh pita would be perfect with that. Not everybody knows that you can bake on the top of your wood stove, but you absolutely can. And pita bread is one of the things that you can do. So this recipe is one that I saw on the internet that uses Greek yogurt. And it uses white flour, Greek yogurt, salt, and baking soda. All right, and so what you do is you combine those things into the bowl. And once you do that, then you start kneading the dough, mixing the dough up, make sure you have the right consistency. If you need to add a little bit more yogurt, you can go ahead and do that until the dough starts to come together. It will be a little bit slow in coming together, and that's okay. And then after that, once you've got a nice ball, you're going to leave it for 30 minutes. And then once you have left it for 30 minutes, then you're going to roll it into kind of like a log tube shape. You're going to cut that into 5 pitas, which you're then going to roll out. All right, so start slow, roll them out, make them nice and thin. They're only going to be like a centimeter thick, less than that by the time you're done. So pretty thin, kind of like a pie crust. It's just about what you're after. All right, so here I have got my skillet, my cast iron skillet on the wood stove, and you can kind of see what temperature my wood stove is at. It's at about probably 450 degrees Fahrenheit in the almost the middle of that good burning zone. And I've had this cast iron skillet on there for about 20 minutes preheating. And to check the temperature of your skillet, I'm gonna take a little bit of water, and you want to see that that kind of sizzles right away, okay? And that tells us that that skillet is good and hot and ready to go. Okay, and then we've got our pita, and I'm just gonna pop that on there. Pretty much wherever it starts is wherever it stays. And we're going to let that cook for about 2 minutes until we start seeing some bubbles come up, and then we're going to flip it over. Okay, now we can really see those bubbles coming up, so we're going to flip that over. And then we're going to cook it for another minute or two. And then at some point, you're going to see your pita bread start to puff up, okay? And if you kind of give it a little bit of pats, I found, you manhandle it just a little bit, that puff will spread. And you can try and flip it over. And there we can see that the rest of it's starting to puff up. And that is what you want. And then at that point, probably a spatula would have been a good idea. I'm going to put it on the plate. And then we're going to do the rest of them. And now it is time for dinner. Dave is laughing at me, but here goes. Did you want to try some? And you can see there's that beautiful pita pocket right there, still steaming. Want some, Dave?
Well, yeah. Thank you.
It's really good.
Yeah, it's really good, Amanda.
So thank you for joining me in another episode of Amanda Homestead. We're going to be talking a little bit more about cooking on the wood stove and what you can actually do with it. You'd be surprised. Next time we're probably going to bake some bread. Rolls.
Bravo.
Which is also super awesome.
It is awesome.
Thank you for the commentary. All right, everybody. Have a great day. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.